What's up everyone, Danny Lighten back with another War Robots video. So there's going to be some nerfs and buffs coming, like the Revenant, the DOT weapons, the Kochi, the Opan. So I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions and what the nerfs are going to be on this video. So let's get to it. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the weapons like the Deceivers. This is kind of scary. These things might turn into complete monsters. So they're talking about nerfing and buffing these at the same time, but they're going to take the cap off the DOT, which means these might be unbelievably crazy. Now we don't actually know how this is going to perform after it's changed, but on paper I think these are going to be 100% crazy devastating. First off, let's talk about the Deceiver. They're going to be removing the cap on the DOT, and on paper, that sounds devastating. Now, I don't want to judge it too early because we haven't got to try this out on the live server. We don't know how these weapons are going to perform on the live server, but I think they're going to be nuts. They are going to receive a 50% damage decrease, but they're also removing the cap on the DOT, so I think this is going to be crazy. DOT, man, the DOT is what does all the damage, not the actual weapons, so yeah. I'm a little scared to see what these things are going to do. So let's move on to the next thing. The Kochi is getting a rebalance. He's going to get a lot less damage reduction, and his ability damage is going to be reduced by about 50%. So this robot is going to be nowhere near as dangerous, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to be extremely good and one of the better robots in the game. Again, we won't know for sure until we get to play it on the live server, but just going by how it sounds on paper, I think it's going to be a significant, but I don't think it's going to be a nerf that kills the robot off. We got some really good news coming up for the Revenant. The Revenant is getting a 15% durability increase and a 2-second decrease on the cooldown, so it will be able to use its ability more often. I think that's going to be really big for this guy. I like the idea. I think that's going to be awesome. Again, don't know for sure until we play it on the live server, but it sounds like this thing is getting a really nice upgrade. The Damper and the Tamer weapons, which is the medium and the light version of these new Rust weapons, they will be getting a 30% damage decrease, which I think they're still going to be way too overpowered. I think they should really be decreasing the Rust effect and not necessarily the damage, but I don't know, maybe it'll make more of a difference than I think, but I think that's going to be a very, very little tiny bit of difference, but we'll find out once it goes live. Now, if you like the Chimera weapons, which I don't, they're getting an 8-second reload instead of a 12-second reload, so that's going to be huge on the reload time for the Chimeras. I still don't think they're going to be good Champion League weapons, but that is a significant buff for the Chimera weapons. The Opan robot is going to be getting a pretty noticeable nerf, and I think it's going to be kind of a big hit, but I don't think it's going to kill off the robot. So his built-in weapon is going to do 50% less damage, and his absorber shield won't charge up the weapon as much. And he's also getting a 15% durability decrease, so he will have less hit points. So his ability is going to do way less damage, and he's going to have less durability. I don't think this is going to kill the robot off completely, but I do think that's going to be a major hit to this robot. I think it'll still be good. Again, we won't know until we play it live, but that is what's happening to this guy, and I'm not really too worried about that one. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but we'll find out. So let's move on to the next thing. Next up are the Shredder weapons. These are getting a buff. I said the wrong thing, so I have to edit this in. They're not going to have as much spread anymore, so from a distance, more of the ammo will hit the enemy, so they will do more damage from a distance. This may or may not make the Shredders playable again, but it might be a very, very big improvement. So once it goes live, that's one of the first things I want to test out is this and the Revenant and see if the Shredders are worth playing again. Right now, the Magnetars beat them in every way at close range or distance. I did a video on that not too long ago comparing the two weapons, and Magnetars just destroy the Shredders for everything. So that would be really cool if they bring the Shredders back and make them relevant again, but we'll see what happens when that goes live. So the next set of weapons being buffed, the Marquis, the Hussar, and the Dragoons are all getting a nice buff. I think that's going to be a big deal for these if you like them. These will be getting a 30% damage increase, so that's pretty big. They're a little bit hard to aim. That's the only reason I don't really like these weapons, is you have to have very, very precise aim. So if you're lagging a little bit or you're just not a great aimer, these aren't the world's greatest weapons, but they're actually very good weapons overall. I think with a 30% damage increase, they're probably going to be playable. So if you got some old weapons like this laying around, once the buff takes place, I would say definitely put that on some of your robots and try them out and see if you like them. Orochi is getting a 20% durability increase, so that's actually pretty cool. That will make him much more playable. I don't know if that's going to bring him back and make him worth playing in Champion League, but that's going to be a really big improvement for you guys who do have Orochis and would like to play them. I think the robot will become playable again. So kind of cool, actually. So that's pretty much the deal with the nerfs and buffs, guys and gals. So for the most part, I think most of these nerfs are good. I'm not really sure, though. I'm a little bit scared about those DOT weapons, though. I think those are going to wreck people. I'm a little scared to see what those are going to do. They're either going to be crap or they're going to be like so overpowered it's unreal. One or the other is going to happen. That's my theory, okay? Which one? I don't know, but one or the other. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave a comment and ask me. If you drop down the video's description, you'll see my Discord server, my other YouTube channels, and all kinds of good stuff. So check that out, and we will catch you next time, all right? Hope you liked the video. Lightning out. See ya.